Hello everybody, I hope you are all okay. For those of you that are at home, I hope you are managing to keep busy. I have lots of very cute pictures for you in this video, so get ready to say "aww" a lot. It is National Train Your Dog Month. Training a puppy can be tricky and takes a lot of time and patience. I'm sure some of you have your own dog at home. Can you remember what it was like when they were a puppy? Did they ever get up to mischief? Meet my dog Gus. He is 4 years old and thinks he's the coolest dog in the world. When he was a puppy, he used to get up to no good all the time. We had to train him to do things, including going to the toilet outside and not on the carpet. Luckily, he was a quick learner. He loved digging and getting covered in mud. If he ever managed to get hold of tissue, paper or cardboard, he enjoyed tearing it up into tiny pieces. Now that he's older, we've trained him so that he can go to work. He behaves well, although he does still like to steal the dustpan and brush sometimes and give it a good chew. When he was a puppy, he wasn't able to walk very far, and we couldn't let him off his lead because he wouldn't come back. It took a very long time, but we managed to train him to come back when we call him, and now he loves running along the beach off his lead. He loves meeting other dogs on his walk. This is his best friend Frankie. They love going on walks together. When Frankie was a puppy, he used to love biting Gus's ears when they were playing, and sometimes he still does, but Gus doesn't mind. I've done some investigating around school to find out what other staff's dogs have got up to when they were puppies. Let's have a look. First, we have Ralph. This is Miss Marchant Jones's dog. He's also friends with Gus. He's 4 years old and a cupboard raider. When he was a puppy, he managed to find a bag of flour, stick his head in it, and drag it all round the kitchen. Here you can see his nose all covered in flour. Like Gus, he also loves playing on the beach and making new friends. This is Hendrix, Mrs. Sinclair's dog. He is 5 years old. This photo was taken on Mrs. Sinclair's wedding day, which is why he's looking extra smart in his bow tie. Like Gus, when he was a puppy, he loved ripping up paper too. One day she came home and found this in her lounge. He had taken wrapping paper out of the bin and shredded it all up. I don't think she would have been very happy, but look at his cute face. He also sleeps on her laptop while she's trying to work, and he loves stealing socks. This is Rolo. He is 6 years old and belongs to Mr. Overman. When he was a puppy, he used to steal one shoe and run off with it. If you ever see Mr. Overman only wearing one shoe, you know why. This is Tula, Miss Youngson's dog. She is 11 years old. When she was a puppy, she used to try and chew everyone's socks, even when they were still wearing them. She doesn't do it anymore, although she does still sometimes take a sock if she finds one. This is Hunter, Mrs. Cox's dog. He is 2 years old and is super at retrieving items. He loves putting his front paws on the kitchen worktop and stealing any food he can reach. And finally, this is Joss, Mrs. Sholton's dog. He's only very young. He's 6 months old. And he loves chewing everything. He even chewed up some maths homework. got a story for us now to read called Muddy Paws and the Birthday Party. Look at those muddy paws across the floor. If you've got a dog, I'm sure you've had these across your floor before as well. Ben was just a smallish, normalish boy, but he was Muddy Paws' best friend. They went out for the best splishy, splashy, muddy walks together. They made new friends together of all sizes, colours and smells. They did everything together. Looks like he's having lots of fun in that muddy puddle. But one sunny morning, Muddy Paws woke up to find everything had changed in his house. There were lots of new things. He sniffed about excitedly. What was happening? Where was Ben? He scampered off to find him. Woof! Barked Muddy Paws, dropping his favourite ball at Ben's feet. Let's play! But Ben was busy with his strange shiny thing. And the strange shiny thing was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Ben's new game looked fun. Muddy Paws pounced on the mountain of strange shiny things. Bang! Muddy Paws jumped away as fast as he could. He didn't like that game. But what was that delicious smell coming from in the kitchen? His tail began to wag. Sausages? Surely no one would mind if I tried a little one. But someone did mind. Bad dog, tutted Ben's mum and shooed him outside. Muddy Paws' tail stopped wagging. Why didn't Ben want to play with him? Why was everything different today? Maybe Honey the cat would want to play. Woof! Barked Muddy Paws. Let's play! Honey turned up her nose. She had better things to do than play with a puppy, like rolling on the grass in the sunshine. Then the gate squeaked open, and the garden was filled with stamping feet, new smells, and loud voices. A crowd of children ran up the garden path into the house. Something interesting was certainly going on, and Muddy Paws was stuck in the garden with no one to play with. The flowers were boring. The grass was boring. Even the smells were boring. And Muddy Paws was getting hungry. He tried to find his bone, but it had disappeared. What was happening inside the house? Perhaps he would just look through the window to see. Muddy Paws pushed his nose up against the glass. Ben and the other children were running around and laughing. They looked like they were having great fun. Muddy Paws wanted to join in more than anything in the whole world. Then Ben's mum walked into the room carrying something that was twinkling brightly. It was the biggest, most delicious looking cake Muddy Paws had ever seen, and it was covered in tiny lights. Muddy Paws licked his lips and pressed his nose even harder against the window. Suddenly, the door opened. It was Ben. Mum says you can come in now, cried Ben. But all at once, Muddy Paws didn't want to come inside. He didn't like the big shiny thing that went bang. He didn't like it when Ben's mum shouted at him. He wasn't sure about all the new children in his house. I know what to do, Ben said. Ben threw Muddy Paws' ball high into the sky. At once, Muddy Paws forgot about the big shiny thing. He forgot about the new children. He even forgot about Ben's mum shouting. Ben wanted to play with him. Muddy Paws jumped and barked for joy. He ran as fast as he could to fetch his ball and brought it back to Ben. Ben scooped Muddy Paws into his arms and gave him a big hug. I'm sorry, Muddy Paws, he whispered. You didn't know it was my birthday, but you do know you're my best friend, don't you? And best friends do everything together, especially sharing birthday treats. Woof! Barked Muddy Paws. Sausages! I think Muddy Paws is glad the party is over and he gets all Ben's attention again. Puppies are learning all the time, and new things can seem scary to begin with. As owners, we need to make sure we have a lot of patience when we train them and we reassure them when they get scared. I know Gus doesn't like balloons, like Muddy Paws. I'm sure some of you who have dogs, they won't like them either, but I bet they like sausages. I now have a challenge for you. This is a tangram. You may have seen one before. You can use the shapes inside to create different pictures. And my challenge for you is to use the tangram to make pictures of dogs. Just like these. Can you see how the different shapes have been used in the pictures? You could copy one of these or make your own. You could also use it to make pictures of different animals. Maybe you have a cat at home or a rabbit, or your favourite animal is a monkey. The decision is yours. There is a tangram template at the bottom of this blog post for you to print and use, which looks like this. You could colour in the shapes in different colours or create different patterns, or you can make your own tangram. I'd love to see which animals you choose to create, so please do send in any pictures to the Home Learning email. I hope you enjoyed all those dog pictures. I told you they were very cute. Take care and hopefully I will see you all again soon.